In the 2010s, Kevin Gates was one of the biggest rappers in the game. With his hit songs like I Don't Get Tired and Two Phones, he cemented his name as one of the top artists of the new school. Gates would go on to have one of the best runs of the 2010s. His fans to this day can't seem to get enough of the rapper. One thing his fans don't seem to know is that Kevin Gates paid a dark price for his success. You may be asking, how do I know this? Well, he told us this himself many times over. Kevin Gates openly admits that what he did for his success was pretty disturbing, and it's exactly why you shouldn't trust him. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about Kevin Gates. Let's get right into it. The 2010s basically belonged to Kevin Gates. He had some of the biggest songs during that time, and his fan base was a loyal one that didn't stop growing. It seemed like the industry couldn't get enough of the rapper who just didn't seem to get tired of dropping hits. His rise to fame was instant, as even though he had been working on music for years, one day to the next he became a star. His music was being played all over the radio, he was showing up to all the big platforms, and with his many controversies, his name was always in the media. Gates went from a barely known upcoming rapper to one of the biggest rappers in hip-hop. But how did he do it? Was his music just that good? Or is there more to the story? Well, some of us know that success in the music industry is more complicated than most people would imagine. Talent is only 5% of what makes an artist a star. The other 95% are connections and affiliations. What these artists do for these connections is what gets them to the top. Kevin Gates tells us exactly who he is affiliated with and what he really had to do for his fame and success. He told his fans the truth in his music and interviews, but they didn't seem to ever notice. In today's episode, we will be exposing the dark truth about Kevin Gates' rise to fame, his secret affiliation, and the price he paid to be a star. And you will see exactly why Kevin Gates shouldn't be trusted. What most fans don't ever realize is that the music industry is rigged. While fans think talent is what makes stars, it is simply not the case. There are so many talented artists out there who would never make it, no matter how hard they work. There's only one way to mainstream success, and by the end of this video, you will clearly see that. Kevin Gates' music career started all the way back in the 2000s, when he was signed to Dead Game Records, the same label Lil Boosie and Webby were signed to. This record deal wouldn't work out for Gates, as he was incarcerated not long after signing the deal. Gates would spend close to 3 years in prison from 2008 to 2011. After he came out of prison, his career accelerated, and he was signed to a management deal with Young Money in 2012. By 2013, he was signed to a major record deal, inking a deal with Atlantic Records, and his mixtape managed to make it on the Billboard charts. In 2014, he dropped one of his most known hit songs, I Don't Get Tired, and it was only up from there. All this success started happening for Gates when he got out of prison. Somehow, he left prison with connections that put him in front of Lil Wayne and got him a major record deal. Now the question is, what happened in that prison that put everything in place for Gates to become a superstar? Well, Gates tells us exactly what he did to make it in his song Sit Down, and most people won't believe him. In this song, Kevin tells us the dark truth about his success and what he actually did to make it. In the very first verse of the song, he raps, I taught my team about manifestations. People are basic. They thought I was crazy. Hard with the witchcraft, studied every night. Philosopher's stone, I perform another rite. Rite meaning ritual, created dry ice. Hid in plain sight with the suit and tie nice. Masons mean more than a bricklayer. Everything we need to know about Kevin Gates' rise to fame is right here in this song openly. Millions of people heard this song and have no idea what he is talking about. Let's break this all down. Kevin starts the line by saying that he taught his team about manifestation. I know you guys have heard of manifestation before, as in today's new age world, everybody claims to manifest their desires. Manifestation is explained by many as putting your desires into the universe and receiving your desires through your own will. What most people don't know is that manifestation is actually an occult practice. Those who practice manifestation are essentially manifesting their true will, which basically means that instead of relying on God's will, you are manifesting your own will. The infamous occultist Aleister Crowley was big on manifestation, and he taught it as one of the main principles of his occult religion, Thelema. Crowley believes that manifesting your true will was the magnum opus of his religion, what he called the great work. In this opening line, Gates tells us he manifested his career, and he taught his team to do the same. Now we know that Gates was referring to the occult, as in the very next line he further clarifies this. He lets us know in this line that he went hard with the witchcraft, studying it every night. Openly, he is confessing to practicing the dark arts. This suggests that when he is referring to manifestation, he is speaking of Aleister Crowley and Thelema, letting us know that he is a follower of his religion. This checks out to me as many artists seem to gravitate to the teachings of Thelema. Witchcraft is an occult practice done by many different types of occultists. Kevin Gates tells us exactly what secret society he is a part of and what he has been trying to achieve. In this line, he tells us that he is a Mason. By Mason, he's obviously referring to the Freemasons, the most powerful secret society in the world. This is why he said Masons are more than bricklayers. This right here is all you need to know about his success. Kevin Gates took the Masonic oath, and he was given a career. Now this line just further confirms Kevin Gates' ties to the occult, as he openly confesses to being an alchemist when he raps, "Philosopher's Stone, I perform another rite." Rite meaning ritual, created dry ice, hid in plain sight with the suit and tie nice. He is letting his fans know openly that he is a Freemason who, through ritual manifestation and Masonic affiliations, was able to become a famous celebrity. Not only does he clarify that he's doing Masonic rites, which are rituals, but he mentions something that I found even more interesting. According to Kevin Gates, he was able to create the Philosopher's Stone. Now, I have spoken about the Philosopher's Stone on this channel before. The Philosopher's Stone is a process achieved through the occult practice of alchemy. Alchemists throughout history dedicated their lives to creating the Philosopher's Stone, as it was believed to have the ability to transform base metals into precious metals, like turning copper into gold. The Philosopher's Stone was also believed to be the key ingredient in creating the elixir of life, a potion that was believed to grant immortality to those who drank it. I know this sounds outrageous and unbelievable, as it doesn't seem scientifically possible. But remember, chemistry, which is an important branch of science, came directly from alchemy. Alchemists were considered to be the first chemists. In fact, many prominent rulers and many of the smartest minds in the world spent years attempting to create the Philosopher's Stone and the elixir of life. Maybe they were chasing after a myth, or they know about something that we don't. In this song by Kevin Gates, he tells us in 2014 that he has the Philosopher's Stone right before his career made it to new heights and he became a millionaire. What's rather interesting is that Kevin makes it seem that he indeed created the Philosopher's Stone, as he openly claims to being immortal and being over 3,000 years old. In this interview he did, Kevin Gates out of nowhere confesses to being over 3,000 years old, if you can believe that.
You say, fast forward to the future, if I was 86 years old, well, this is gonna sound very, very crazy. I'm already like 3,000 years old right now. I just tell people I'm 33 because I don't age like 3,000. I know that's gonna sound weird, but I don't age. I'm immortal. There's nothing new under the sun. My mother had sex with an angel, was born an immortal, I didn't even know it.
As you heard for yourself, he claims that he is close to 3,000 years old. He also states that he only tells people he's 33 because he doesn't age. He then mentioned the fact that his mother got with an angel and he was born immortal, essentially calling himself a Nephilim, which is what a half-human, half-angel is called. Now, when I look into who's Kevin Gates' parents, I can't seem to find much. Apparently his father passed away of an illness when he was in his teens, and I can't seem to find anything else about them. One website claims that their name is Lucille Gillard and Kevin Gillard Sr., but I can't confirm this or find any photos of his mom or dad. It's always strange to me in this day and age when we can't find anything about parents of celebrities. Usually a celebrity of this level will have this information about themselves out there by now. Now, do I believe his father is a fallen angel? No, not at all. But what I believe is that this is Gates referring to what he said in his song Sit Down about him being an alchemist in the Philosopher's Stone. He is obviously referring to drinking the elixir of life like he let us know in the song. Now, am I believing that Gates is immortal? No, I doubt that. But do I believe he's an occultist who is 100% practicing alchemy? Yes, I very much do. Occultists believe in alchemy. They believe it works. Whether it works or not is up to you to decide for yourself. Gates obviously seems to believe in alchemy. He is 100% an occultist who believes in self-worship. See, much of the occult is about the path of Lucifer, which represents enlightenment and becoming your own god with the forbidden knowledge. Occultists use forbidden knowledge, which is occult teachings, to become a quote-unquote enlightened being or a god. This is what Gates believes, and he confesses to this in his own music. In his song Martial Matters, Gates tells us just this, as he calls himself his own god. In the song he raps, "Hated on for my inevitable success, still dealing with the devil I only know as myself. In the mirror, I see God, and that only God is myself. Prayers answered, closed caption, Mr. Matters, no distraction." In this song, Gates openly confesses to being his own god. This is what these occultists believe, and this is the message their music is pushing. Kevin Gates lets us know that he is against Jesus Christ and what he teaches, as he promotes self-worship. He tells us this in his interview where he's heard denouncing Christ before quickly trying to clean it all up.
I've been to heaven before, or what people call heaven.
Describe what that's like.
The scariest thing in the world.
Really?
Yep. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And the gravitational pull, when you there, it forces your face on the ground. Every head shall bow and every tongue shall confess.
Yes.
We not talking about that Jesus Christ shit. I ain't talking about shit, that Bible shit. That's shit. I'm talking about really seeing God. Like, I'm not talking about Jesus Christ being God. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when you sit with your creators.
Wow.
But I'm not saying Jesus Christ in a negative way.
As you heard for yourself, Gates makes it clear that he isn't following Jesus Christ or his word. Instead, claims to have spoken to the real God in heaven. What do you think Gates is referring to by this? He's talking about spirit channeling and his connections to Lucifer, who pushes self-worship. In this live conversation between Gates and a random fan, who just so happens to be a Satanist, we see Gates claim he is not a Satanist, but has friends that are. In the conversation, he tells the Satanist that he understands him and doesn't judge him, because he understands his belief.
Why you in a dog beloved?
Because I'm a devil worshiper.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know.
So you pray to Satan, or are you like an atheist? Like you don't believe in anything?
No, I've definitely prayed to Satan.
So like what's one of your prayers? Like how do you get on your knees and pray to him? Like how you?
I mean, that's kind of personal. I don't really discuss religion like that.
So like, cause I know I got some little partners that they like sympathizers of Satan, and I got some other little partners they like Luciferians. They believe in a Luciferian religion, and the reason I engage with them and talk with them is because, like, I believe that we're not supposed to judge and we're supposed to love all of humanity. Because even though we're not brothers and sisters in faith, we still brothers and sisters in humanity. So that's why I be wanting to know what's your belief system? Because it's kind of interesting to me. I'm like, I don't judge. Whatever works for you works for you.
Absolutely. So like before I became a Satanist, the first thing I got to know was my Bible and the creation story in Genesis.
All right, so you look at Satan more as the light bearer, like the Satanist.
Correct.
Lucifer, like the light bearer, the bearer of light.
Absolutely. It's more so the question is, the reason I became a Satanist was why did God, there's so many questions about God and in the Bible.
Right.
I don't really get into it. I know what you're getting at, but I don't really get into it because it's very controversial.
It's controversial to a person that don't have great understanding. See, I got good understanding because I done studied a lot of, probably not the same thing that you didn't, the same, like I say, religion that you didn't practice, but I done studied a lot of it. Have
you ever heard of the House of Baal Peor?
The what?
The House of Baal Peor. That's the temple I'm a part of.
Oh no, I never heard of that.
Baal Peor.
So you don't really, all right, so you don't view Satan as one person, you view it as an office.
Damn big, come on.
I know what you're getting at, but that's controversial because as the Bible would say, you don't cast your pearls to pigs, right? And I'm not calling you a pig, but I'm saying there's viewers on here who would slop up the pearls like a pig, and they would.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I just want you to know, like, I don't judge nobody for what they choose to believe in. Because I'd have met some of the best people on earth, and the world would say they is like the most. It seems like the people that the world says the most tend to be the better people to me.
Absolutely.
That's why I wanted to just have a dialogue with you.
Well, it was good talking to you, Kevin.
It was good talking to you also. This real talk though. We say we love God. We do. Because it's popular to say. But in our actions, it's the devil we like. I can't never judge nobody and say, hey, you wrong for this or wrong for that, because it's like, it's by grace. It's only by the grace of the Most High that I just even be able to be accepted. It's only by grace. The most gracious, most merciful. So I can't judge.
I would have talked to dude too. I wouldn't have been like, "Oh, you tripping." I'd have been like,
they had a little white. I was locked up with a little white dude that was out into that heavy, and people used to handle him bad and say he was going to hell. And I used to talk to him, and he was very intelligent, like highly intelligent. And we used to just have regular conversations. And I told him, you know what? I respect you. I say in a world full of opinionated people, you know, you brave enough to be yourself every day.
Yeah.
As you heard for yourself, in this conversation, Gates tries to act like he himself is not an occultist when he already made that pretty obvious. He confesses to casually having satanic friends. In another live conversation, we see something even stranger. In this live stream between Gates and what appears to be a random fan, we see Gates acting rather strange. He talks about familiar spirits and calls his daughter powerful, with his own daughter claiming to have done magic on her brother before Gates covers her mouth, trying to silence her.
Want a kid? No, with Takeoff. You look at her. She's so sweet.
Hey, she powerful too.
Yeah, I did magic on my brother yesterday.
Don't talk, sweetheart. It's okay. And I can talk to kids.
She powerful.
I know.
Cause you know we don't. That's a lot of people right there. Hey, why you don't never just talk for yourself? Why you always talk through your familiar?
But I didn't hear.
I say, why you always talk through your familiar? You know, you supposed to give them the orders. They don't supposed to give you the orders. You the controller. You know, I got 10,000 names right now.
I know.
Yeah, at my command. At my command. Yes, Lord.
You got it. Your command.
I got 10,000 angels in here with me right now at my command.
You're rude, just a little.
I sacrificed it though.
I know. I will too. I said I will
Say
too.
what? It's hard. That's a hell of a journey. That's a hell of a journey.
I know it
Getting
is.
small. Everybody know what it take. Everybody ain't willing to do what it take.
That's enough.
Yes, Lord.
I get it. I do.
I command you.
Ugh, you're good. Don't say command.
Why I can't? I get orders. I'm in charge.
If I'm a noodle.
Almost. Yes, Lord. I'm over 3,000 years old. I'm up in rank. I'm up in rank.
As you saw for yourself, as Kevin Gates was having this rather strange conversation with one of his random fans, his daughter approached him and confessed to the live that she did magic on her brother. Gates quickly covered their mouth and told her there were too many people on live. The fact that he covered her mouth clearly implies she wasn't joking, and he knew that this is something she was doing but didn't want millions of people knowing this. This clearly indicates that he has been teaching his daughter about the occult at a very young age. As shocking as this might seem, the Masons are known to do this, as they even have a Freemason club for young boys and girls. The Freemasons have the Order of the Rainbow Girls and the Demolay International Organization for boys. Both of these clubs are for families of Freemason members only. In this order, young kids are taught all about being a Mason before they can even become one. Another thing I found interesting was when he admitted to having control over 1,000 angels and having to sacrifice for it. He also again claims to being over 3,000 years old, implying that he is immortal, which obviously refers back to alchemy and the elixir of life. Both Gates and this fan appear to be talking in some sort of code, which makes me think she isn't just a regular fan. Gates talks about being up in rank and how he is a controller. I don't quite know what he means by this yet. There is so much proof that Gates is an occultist who shouldn't be trusted. In this song, The Law, Gates raps about doing voodoo. In the song, he raps, "I went to see the voodoo priest while dealing, seeking protection from my foes. I know they always scheming. Santeria beads on my neck. I'm labeled a heathen." Again, Gates openly confesses to performing voodoo magic. Many occultists use voodoo magic in order to communicate with demonic spirits. In this video of one of his lives, Kevin Gates was called out at one point for wearing devil-worshipping beads, which are the Santeria beads. When this person called them out on live, Kevin didn't appreciate it and got pretty upset. He responded by saying, "Devil-worshipping beads? Cool, you heard me? But if you're Christian, your Bible says that you're supposed to love God and your neighbor as yourself and your enemy. So you're commanded to love me if I want to serve the devil."
The bees, babe. I'm sorry, babe. This right here. I ain't know. BWA, you heard me? Oh, you see them bees, huh? Yeah, you know I'm labeled a heathen. You know, I've been in, yeah. I don't get tired, but love you talking about my beads, devil worshiping beads. Cool, you hear me? But if you're a Christian, your Bible says you're supposed to love God, your neighbor as yourself, and your enemy. So if you're commanded to love me if I want to serve the devil. Are you a hypocrite?
As you heard for yourself, Kevin Gates did not deny that he worships the devil. He instead attempted to question his fans' faith and try to flip it on the commenter, claiming that she had to love him because of her religion. After seeing all of this in this video, it's pretty clear who Kevin Gates is truly serving and what he is pushing through his music. This is not things that I am making up or a conspiracy theory like the sheep like to call it. This is coming out of his own mouth, and I just put it together in a video for you to see. This is the reason Gates shouldn't be trusted, as he's leading his fans away from God and into a life of self-worship. Well, I'm gonna end this one here, but before you guys go, make sure to like, comment, and share this video so that it'll be recommended to others. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.